Hello and welcome to the Daily Forex Report for August 22nd. Our swing trade opportunity, as you can see here, blew through by a large amount back into the sideways range during this last session. We are looking for it to potentially go as high as 79.63, possibly as low as 77.76. Look for some resistance around 78.75 and look for some support around 78.15. Now the Euro-USD pair broke to the upside, moving higher long-term, short-term, really long-term moving down, but currently we are, for the past couple of weeks in an uptrend, we are looking for it to potentially go as high as 126.34, possibly as low as 123.69. Look for some resistance around 125.75 and look for some support around 124.50. Now the pound US dollar pair surged to the upside. We have been going sideways on this one. We broke through that, looking for it to head even higher, possibly up to and hitting some resistance around the 159.15 mark, possibly moving down and hitting support around 158.05. Now the US Swiss, this pair closed lower, is moving lower, looking for it potentially on a reversal to run into some resistance around 0.9625. Possibly moving lower and hitting support around 0.9515. Now, as far as news announcements go, tomorrow we have a couple of significant news announcements. At 2 a.m. Eastern, we have the German gross domestic product being released. Of course, that will affect the euro for the second quarter. Consensus on that one is that it has held at 0.5%. Then a little bit later in the day, we have the Australian Stevens testifies to House Economics Committee, and that's being released at 7:30 a.m. Eastern. 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And no real consensus on that one. It's just Stevens testifying for the in front of the House Economic Committee. So could move the market. Definitely keep an eye on it. Now, as far as what I'm looking at, let's take a look at the pound US dollar pair. Let's take a look long term. We've had this sideways action, some consolidation to this over the past several weeks. We've been looking at this. We have this trend there. You can see that a couple of sessions ago, a session or two ago, it broke the trend line to the upside. You can also see that it pulled back at the beginning of the new session that just closed almost to the trend line before moving higher. So how do we play this? Well, if you drop to the 15, basically since we are breaking out to the upside, I'm looking for any opportunity for pullbacks at this point to go long. So what I want is, you take notes on this, I'm going to want at least 2 time periods, so at least 2 days. 2 days, and there we go, that's probably better. 2 days worth of time, and I'm going to want to see a trend line that has 3 points. Nothing too fancy, but I want to see 3 points to the downside, and at that point look for a break above that, a close above that. It's very important, a close above it, and look to go long, putting a stop loss. Stop loss is going to be below previous support, and look to get at least a 2-to-1 risk to reward. So you're going to risk maybe 30 pips to get 60, and look for that while this is pushing higher. If you don't get pullbacks with those scenarios, just wait, you will. It just is a matter of time. Now if we go over to the Euro USD, you can see that this has happened. We've been in an uptrend for a while, and you can see right here we had just a couple of sessions ago a scenario where the market pretty much did what we were talking about. We had a high. Doesn't want to stay where I want it. Stretch it out a little bit. There we go. We had 1, 2, 3, 3 points over 2 days, sloping to the downside. Long term is up. So we're going to zoom in now and take a look at what actually happened during that time. Got to close above it right here. Good place to put a stop loss right here below support. You could even go here for a stop loss if you want to give it a little more room, or even below here for a little bit more room. It's up to you. And any of those would have gotten you. Let's take a look at the longest here. Here's a break actually right here as well. That's 12. So 24 would have been double. So we're there. Had you use this as your stop loss, you're at 21, so 42. 42 happened right around this point. So very effective strategy, long term. More times than not, you're going to be right, and you're going to make lots and lots of pips, which is what we're here to do. So I hope that helps, and until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.